old man came tip-tapping around my corner and, reaching out with a big hand, grabbed me by the shoulder. "Well, boy," he said. His voice was strong and gravelly. I stood still. I know trouble when it grabs me. The old man looked down at me with keen, glancing eyes. Silence for a long, dark moment. In my pocket, the stone weighed and warmed. Then he said, "You look hungry." Well, yes, I was. Carefully, cautiously, I nodded. "Then I will buy you some dinner," the old man said. "Roast pork, perhaps? Potatoes and pie?" I swallowed. My head was telling me this was not a good idea. The old man was a wizard, clear as clear. And what kind of fool sits down to eat dinner with a wizard? But my empty-since-yesterday stomach was telling me even louder that it wanted pork and peppered potatoes and pie. It told me to nod, and I did. "Well then," the old man wizard said, "the chop house on the corner is still open." He let me go and started step-tapping down the street, and I went with him. "I am Nevery," he said. "And your name?" Telling wizards your name is generally not a good idea. I didn't answer, just walked along beside him. The wizard seemed to be looking ahead to the chop house on the corner, but I caught a glimpse of his keen gleam eyes, watching me from under the brim of his hat. The chop house was lit by a coal fire in the hearth, and was empty except for its keeper. "Dinner," the wizard ordered, and held up 2 fingers. The chop house keeper nodded and went to fetch the food. We settled at a table, me with my back against the wall, Nevery blocking my way to the door. "Well, boy," the wizard said, taking off his hat. In the brighter light I saw that his eyes were black, and his hair, beard, and eyebrows silver-grey. Beneath his dark grey cloak, he wore black trousers and a black frock coat with a velvet collar and an embroidered black waistcoat, all of it just a bit shabby, as if he'd once had more money than he did now. He leaned his gold-knobbed cane against the table. "A cold, wet night for travellers, is it not?" A cold, wet night for anyone, I thought. I nodded. He looked at me. I looked back. "Yet you seem healthy enough," he said, as if talking to himself. "No ill effects that I can see." Ill effects? What was he talking about? "You never did tell me your name," he said. And I wasn't going to, either. I shrugged. Nevery opened his mouth to say something else, when the chop house keeper delivered our food, plunking down full plates before us. The pork chops were fragrant and crisp, the potatoes swimming in butter with a sprinkling of black pepper over their shiny brown backs. The chop house keeper returned briefly and added a plate of pie, oozing with berries and dusted with sugar. The wizard said something, but I didn't hear him. I picked up my fork and cut open a potato. I let butter soak in for a second, and then took an enormous bite. "I said," the wizard said, staring at me, "that my locus magicalicus will likely kill you, boy, very soon. I'm astonished it hasn't done so already." I gulped. My bite of potato slid like a lump of lead down my throat, and I heard the echo as it dropped into my empty stomach. "Kill me, did he say? The locust stone would kill me?" I slid my hand into my pocket, and then I watched myself pull out the stone. It lay in my palm like a soft-edged bit of night. I blinked, and the stone swelled, and a heavy night-dark mass filled my hands.